Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another beautiful ship from the Steam Workshop. Now this is a replica of an Interdictor cruiser from Star Wars, and it's been created by JP. We've looked at some of his work before, and I have to say it is rather spectacular. We know there's going to be a lot of detail all over this craft inside and out. So a little bit of facts behind this ship is it's actually designed to create gravity wells that stop other ships around it from actually jumping away and escaping. Now it hasn't been seen in too much canon in Star Wars, but it has been seen in 2 of the books, so quite interesting. But at the same time, let's have a look at the actual detailing that JP has actually done around this one. So first off, you'll notice the angle. Now building this angle in Space Engineers is particularly hard, and that's why JP has resulted to a rotor combination. So you can see we've got the central flat hull in the middle, and then each one of these little segments on either side is based on a rotor, and that just creates that perfect sort of angle. Now the next little bit of detailing that is added is you see these blocks all over the place. You can see that this little indents, outdents. Now when you actually fly or look at one of these from the movie, there is these little outcropping areas, little detailed segments, various different bits of machinery that I'm guessing are on the ship, and it's just simply not fitted in with the smooth surface. But what I really do like about this is how he's recessed blocks as well. So you can see this recessed area in this section creating a lot of detail and creating that shadow that I'm always talking about. And you can see how these blocks here have been cut, and there's been this little channel left within the blocks themselves here. And that just creates even more detailing to the design by dropping that shadow across it. So you can see various points on this design. We actually have missile turrets as well as Gatling turrets as well. So it could put itself up in a fight, even though it's really not that armed with too many for a ship of this size. So as we continue working along this area, you can see if we get a little bit closer, it does kind of spoil what these blocks actually are. You can see they're just protector blocks, but from a distance it creates a lot more detail. So we continue moving further back. We've got armored blast doors, various different segments just used to create that detailing within design. Now as we move to the sort of gravity well generators at the back here, you see he's created these really nice domes, and then he's backlit them with a little bit of red light underneath here just to create that offset from a distance that is absolutely spectacular. And the scale of the second one just looks really nice. It's nice to have that circle within the triangle. Whoever actually designed the original for the Interdictor Star Destroyer or Cruiser, sorry, I'm kind of mixing it up here a little bit, but the back area is absolutely spectacular in detail. This section itself must have been a good few hours of work. You can see the thruster down there that's been created by just using LCD screens in that various areas like that. Just gives you that blue sort of design. You can see the triangular hull sort of sloping down in that section with more angled armored blocks. So as we go underneath here, we've got quite similar in design itself, except the back area is a little bit more sharp. Look at that detailing. Look at the curves as well on that. Really been thought about. Every section of the ship has had to been planned for them rotors, so nothing collides and nothing doesn't work out. So under here we actually have our little fighter bay where we can drop down our TIE fighters or various other crafts themselves. So you can see that they're actually docked within here at the moment, and I'll move my character inside here and we'll go for a little bit of a walk around so you can actually get the scale of this ship. So you can see it is very, very big. Look at that floor itself, just made of LCD screens, but you can see it's given that classic sort of black glossy Star Wars floor effect. Very nice idea. So let's pop this door open. There we go, blast door opening 2 dimensions, very nice. You've got a side blast door and a front blast door. And as we start to venture through this place, you'll notice the detailing of each room. I don't think this door actually opens, no it doesn't. So you can see that the power on some of these doors has just been left off. Obviously it's just for the design of the actual ship itself. So let's pop up a little bit further, move into this section of the ship. And you can see as we're working away, we've got a limited amount of space, what you could say. So we've got the actual cockpit here, nicely protected in the center. Let's continue working our way around this ship though, and go a little bit further up. We've obviously got an air vent in that section. And as we come up to this next corridor, we are venturing into the territory of the bridge. You can see how some of these blocks have been separated off from each other. And as we're in the bridge here itself, you can see we've got these various command seats that are lovely sort of detailed. Let's see if the buttons actually operate. So that's empty at the moment, that's not going to be turning us around. Got various digits and sort of displays around, just trying to give you that appearance of the Star Destroyer. You can imagine turning to your second in command, gravity generators to full, and she's trying to suck in a ship from outside there. Very nice indeed. Let's pop our camera and have a look through the actual hull itself to have a look how the thrusters and engines are actually working. So here we go, we've got the gyroscopes and the thruster packs that have been nicely tucked behind them angle blocks, so the space behind them that could be wasted really hasn't been. That's quite nice to see. Let's dip down a little bit further, see if we can see anything else that's behind these rotors and just see how they're connected. So there's a landing gear also connecting them as well, probably being used to stabilize them as they move, so that they don't come out of position. Very nice, very smart as well, because you need to keep these rotor blocks sort of stable or they can cause some big problems and rip your whole ship apart. So let's go into the central area here itself. So you can see there's not too much in the terms of actual corridors and areas to run around in here in the front of the ship, because it's all been turned into, well, just areas for rotors and storage, different departments. So it is not the most behind the door. It's like a bit of more of a film set than an actual ship on the inside, but that's also due to the scale and how you're going to be building it within Space Engineers itself. But it is an absolutely lovely craft. The amount of detailing that's gone into, especially the bridge. I just love how that curves over each of the sides there. Just really strong, quite scary looking. And then you've got that small block window in the center as well. Really nice design, this. Really well done. So a big congratulations to JP for getting this featured on the channel. I love the design. I do like the Star Wars ships. Sometimes they're a little bit overdone or underdone, but this one feels like it's just right. I sound like I'm describing the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story. Anyway, let's jump into the cockpit and give it a little spin. Let's see if this is what it's cracked up to be. So the cockpit is back down the stairs here. We'll pop down into this little protected area, flight control. Let's give it a little bit of power and have a look at our acceleration and rotor. Oh god, we've got quite good gyroscopic movement. Acceleration's quite good for a ship of this scale. When this comes under a battle situation though, the question is will them rotors and landing gears manage to hold them pieces together? But just from moving it back and forth like this, it does seem to be holding itself together quite well. That's probably due to, well, not the multiplayer update, but Space Engineers becoming a lot more stable these days than it once was. But let's have a check of our deacceleration. Quite slow, so you're going to have to sort of expect that from the cruiser like this. Very nice indeed. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Make sure you check out the ship in the description and spank that like button.